Well, it normally says that we're on live, but it didn't come up with the thing, but I see it's counting off. So I believe we're on live. My wife is watching. And so if we're not on live, she's going to bust in and help us like the last time, Eddie.
Yeah, my phones are not plugged in.
Oh, all right. Let's see. All right. Let me see. Let me keep talking here. Are you hearing anything now?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
All right.
We're on.
All right. Good. Hey, folks, glad that you're here with us today. We're going to get a little business done out of the way first. Well, before we do the business, I hope you just saw the piece that I did with Don Reed from his Life Lessons book. And again, if you haven't received that book or gone out and bought your copy, you need to do that because it's fantastic, man. What great stories from his Sunday school class that Don Reed, the Statler brothers, he teaches every Sunday. And he's put a bunch of those lessons into a Life Lessons book. And then I got to hang out with him. We did a little video and audio piece. And hopefully you got to see it just a few minutes ago. It played about 15 minutes before this show went on. And so if you missed it, you will be able to still see it on the Real Southern Gospel YouTube channel. And you can also watch it on the Live with Les Facebook page as well. So after our program tonight, go and check that out. But I tell you what, before I just introduced him here, Eddie Crook. we'll have more of a formal introduction in a minute. I'm going to play some Statler Brother music. Now, I've got my vinyl over here, and it's dark, and I can't see where the grooves are. So it's always fun to watch old Brother Les stab around and finally figure it out. So let's see how close we can get to playing some Statler Brother music. It's a great old hymn of the church. Let's see how close I am here, Eddie. Is that it? Let me see. Is that it? No? Okay, I overshot it. So let me pull it back. Here we go. In the sweet by and by, my friend Don Reed and the Statler Brothers on Live with Les.
There's a land that is fairer than day, and by faith we can see it afar, for the Father waits over the way to prepare us a dwelling place there. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. Father above, we will offer our tribute of praise for the glorious gift of His love and the blessings that hallow our days. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. We shall meet on that beautiful shore.
Eddie, you know what that sounded like to me?
What?
Real Southern gospel music.
It is real Southern gospel. That was a young Jimmy Fortune singing on there.
Sure was. Good stuff. Old hymn right there in the sweet by and by. So again, we started off before the show. I had a very special time with Don Reed, and before every show, for every Tuesday in November, 15 minutes before we go on live, you can see a different piece that I did with Don. And if you miss them, go to youtube.com and type in Real Southern Gospel. Okay. And then when you get there, you can just, you can find all of the videos that we have, but you'll be able to catch that one as well. Okay. Now, a couple of other things to get out of the way, and then we're going to jump into trivia with Eddie Crook. Now, we did this a few weeks ago, had a few technical difficulties, but it looks like we've got those smoothed out, except during the first hour. We still can't find Jim Black. He's missing in action.
Well, he may show up during the program.
We'll see. But Johnny Perrick's going to be on here in just a minute. And if nothing else for a while, I'll play against Johnny, and then we'll do some with just the audience.
That sounds great.
In a little bit. Okay.
That sounds great.
Okay. So, but go to our store. Oh, I forgot to show you. Look at here. They're in. Make Real Southern Gospel Great Again. Go to the store and check it out. You can get one of those, and you can get this right here, the Live with Les mug. I gave you one last time you were here, right there.
I got it. It's great.
Certified real, right there, Real Southern Gospel. So go to realsoutherngospel.com, click on the store, and they're in right there. Make Real Southern Gospel Great Again. And on the other side, there is that right there, the Real Southern Gospel certified logo. And that's on the back side of the shirt. So check it out. It'll be a blessing. It will help us to do all the stuff we're doing with the radio station and the app and some of the other things we're doing. And it would be a blessing. Okay. So check that out. Now, if you're listening and you are not a subscriber to the Real Southern Gospel YouTube channel, we are at 643. By the end of the show tonight, I'd love to be at about, say, 660. Okay. So let's see if we can add 17 more subscribers just during this show tonight. So if you are not a subscriber, it doesn't cost you anything. Go to youtube.com, type in Real Southern Gospel, and then subscribe. Okay. Hit the little bell. And every time we do a live show, you'll be prompted. You'll know that we're on, and you can check us out when we do our live shows every week. Okay. So that's at youtube.com. And always, if you haven't liked the Live with Les Butler Facebook page, like that, and that would be a blessing. Okay. Okay. So let's get started. Eddie, thank you for coming again.
My pleasure. Always exciting. We had a good turnout the last time.
We did.
And a lot of people talked about it.
Look, a lot of people are talking about it right now.
And we didn't allow the general audience the last time to participate. We had a DJ and a gospel singer, right?
We did.
But tonight you're going to let anybody that wants to.
Yeah. Tonight, or it's going to
play
be
the trivia game.
me versus Johnny Perrick. And then it's going to be just the general public playing. And then in the second hour, we have Danny Thunderberg and Pat Barker. And then we'll end with the audience playing against each other again, 2 times.
Okay. So I've got 20 questions.
Okay. All right.
So how are we going to?
Let's see. We'll do 5 questions for each hour for the artists, and then 5 for the fans. And then the second hour, the same. How about that?
I'll try to remember that.
Good. 5, 5, 5, and 5. All right. Okay. Johnny Perrick, I'm getting ready to put you on, buddy. Hang on. But we got to say hello to some of the folks that are here. Chad Jones. You know what? You mentioned Minnesota a while ago.
I know Chad.
He's in Minnesota.
Yeah. I've known him for a few years.
And you know, that's up north, but you know what's even more north than that? Heather Tews. She's in Canada.
That's great. The Canadians love Real Southern Gospel music.
They do. They do. Nicholas Wilkie, you know Nicholas, right?
Yes.
Everybody knows Nicholas. We love Nicholas. Patty Graham, she's from Ohio. Hey, to Patty. Hello, Megan. Good to see you. You're always here, and we appreciate that. Hello, Terry. Good to see you. Keep up the awesome work, he says. Thank you very much. My Aunt Sue's here from St. Cloud, Florida.
All right.
All right. How you doing, Sue? Hope you're doing okay. She's getting ready to have double knee replacement. So we're praying for you, Sue. Leslie Belcher Smith, that's Fields of Grace. If you've never heard Fields of Grace, Eddie, you got to hear them. They're big time good.
Southern, real Southern?
Real. And it's a trio, 3 killer singers. Normally you have like a real good one, then 2 that are pretty good, and they all blend. 3 that'll knock your socks off.
Very good. I hope to hear him sometime.
Let's see. Nicholas says, hey, Michael Smith, Smitty, there's Daryl Sheely. Now, Daryl, he showed up in Winter Haven, Florida, Sunday, just 2 nights ago, and he sang some bass with the Old Time Preacher Boys, and he did a pretty good job. Now, Daryl, you're no Mike Holcomb. Let's all agree with that, okay? But you did great. And thank you for showing up. It says, good evening, brother. I met Brother Eddie at the food court at NQC this year. Well, you met him this year from Florida. Mike Smith. Do you know Mike Smith?
Mr. Smith.
Great bass singer. Oh, my.
There's some good bass singers out there.
He's a great one. Hey, Brian Hoffman. Brian Hoffman, we appreciate you, Brian, and your wife. We're praying for your wife, and thank you. He blessed Real Southern Gospel last week with a gift to help us with the station and so forth. And I'm telling you, Brian, you blessed me, and I'm honored, and thank you very much. And Dave Compton. Now, Dave was on the last time that we were on, and he won.
That's right. The radio person
Yeah,
from over in North Carolina.
PET.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says, hello, Les and Eddie. Sure enjoyed being on with you a few weeks back. God bless you both. Well, Dave, you knocked it out of the park. Doyle Harper, you know Doyle.
I know Doyle. He tries to sing. Just kidding.
Doyle, I think he just slammed you a little bit right there.
He's a good singer.
There's Isaac. Now, you just met Isaac at my house. He's on there already. Isaac Hughes.
Great.
He's working with us on the radio station. And there's Jackie Holcomb and Wanda Hoffman. Praying for you, Wanda. Elaine Wilburn. Now, you know Elaine from way back.
Elaine and I had lunch together today.
No kidding.
We did.
Well, good.
And she's watching.
Okay.
And
She doing all right?
she loves to do real Southern gospel.
She's definitely real Southern gospel.
She's great. She's just wonderful.
Okay. We love Miss Elaine. Let's see who else we have here. Let's go down to Rebecca Lynn. Good evening. Requesting prayer. I've been diagnosed with breast cancer. Oh, Rebecca, I'm so sorry. Surgery's planned for December 3rd. I'm going to put you on my daily prayer list, Rebecca. God bless you. We sure will be praying for you. Kevin Kruger, evening vinyl vicar. He calls me the vinyl vicar. I like that. Are you giving away a car tonight? No, but show them what we're going to give away. We are going to give away something tonight. Tell them about that, Eddie.
Let me see if I can put it where it won't reflect so bad, shine. But for those the person that wins tonight gets most answers correctly, I'm going to give them one of my piano CDs. And this piano CD, it says just Eddie. It's just piano. And what makes this kind of unusual is I recorded this in 1973
That's a long time ago.
in the Happy Goodman Family Studios on the Steinway grand piano.
Great piano.
Wasn't nobody there but me and the engineer. I didn't know what I was doing, but it turned out pretty good. So anyway, we're going to give this away.
Did Steve engineer it? Steve Chandler?
I believe Larry Maglinger,
Larry. Okay, yeah.
before Steve.
Yeah.
But we're going to give this to whoever.
In the fans, not to the artist, but
No,
to the fans.
I'm not going to give this to Johnny Perry. But
Hey, Johnny, earlier he said he was going to try to sell you one, so stay close by.
but anyway, those people out there that are watching, if they participate in the trivia, and whoever gets the most answers, we'll send them this CD.
All right, here we go. Well, so the first one's going to be between me and Johnny Perrick, and I'm going to bring Brother Johnny up right here. Johnny Perrick, are you there, my friend? Uh-oh. Johnny?
We have a visual on him.
Are you there, Johnny? Well, he was there.
Les,
We
I
even
hate to tell you
tested it
this,
earlier.
but
He nearly came through. Just
I'm here, but where there's it
Oh, he's back
A
doing
lot
that
of
herky-jerky again.
interference.
Okay. Well, we'll do our best here with you, Johnny. We're going to do our first trivia question here. First trivia question. Eddie, what is it? And by the way, Johnny, and I promise you, the Lord's looking. I haven't seen the first question. He's held this the whole time.
I mean, some of these questions are kind of easy.
around like a ball.
Yeah, I
Yes,
hear you.
we hear you.
Yeah.
Some of these questions are kind of easy. Some of them are kind of hard.
Okay, give it to him.
Okay, number one. What was the first Southern Gospel label? What was the first Southern Gospel recording label?
Do you know it, Johnny?
I'm here. All I'm saying.
Did you hear the question?
I
Uh-oh.
don't think that you got as good a connection as you'd like to have.
I don't think so.
So since y'all are a team, you may have to do the answer.
Okay.
The one I'm thinking of, I remember Skylight with the old Blackwoods and the Statesman.
Okay. Johnny says
But
Skylight.
RCA had one too. I do not know.
Okay. Okay, you go with Skylight. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with RCA.
Well, RCA had some albums on gospel groups
Yes.
like the Blackwoods and the Statesmen, but they were not a Southern gospel record label.
Yeah.
They did.
I know they did Elvis and everybody. I know Ronnie Millsap. I got all that.
So the answer is Heartwarming.
Oh, Benson Company.
Heartwarming
Yeah. Yeah.
was the first Southern gospel record label.
Gotcha.
Not long after that, Word Records created Canaan.
Okay.
Heartwarming was the first.
Okay. All right. Johnny, you and I are 0 for 1, my friend. 0 for 1. So let's go to the second question and see what we got. Go ahead.
The second question is, what was the first?
I'm getting.
I
I'm just getting all
interrupt you.
those questions because we got all.
Here we go. Number 2. What was the first number 1 song on the Singing News chart? The first number 1 song
I know that one.
on the Singing News chart.
I know that one. Johnny went first the last time, so I'm going to go first this time.
I don't know what.
It was Jesus is Coming Soon.
The correct answer is Jesus is Coming Soon. That was the first number 1 song on the Singing News chart when they started the charts.
Yes.
And it was done then by the song and not necessarily by the singing artist that did it.
Yeah.
In fact, there were multiple groups that had recorded Jesus is Coming Soon. Probably the most popular was the Inspirations introducing it to the public.
Yeah.
There was another group that sung it called the Sheltons,
Yeah.
where they were where the Inspirations got it from them.
Yeah.
And then the Oak Ridge Quartet.
Yeah.
There were several, but anyway, that's the first number 1 song on the Singing News chart.
All right, Johnny, I'm up 1-0, big boy. Come on, bring the A game. Here comes the next question. Hey, Johnny, can you hear me? Are you hearing me now?
Hey, I can't. Hear
Okay.
you.
I tell you what we're going to do. Let me try this. I'm going to try calling you. Let me try calling you. Okay. Let's try calling you. Here we go. I'm going to do this. This will be better.
Yep.
This will be mo better, I believe. Everybody sit tight.
Do
All right, here we go. We'll try calling. Here we are. Here we go.
It's ringing.
Yes, sir.
There, that's mo better. Now let me try to get you lined up here on my Roadcaster. Hold on just a second.
That thing just kept bouncing around. I couldn't understand anything anybody was saying.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Now you sound better now. We're just going to go with your audio and I'll bring the video up on everybody else. So,
Okay.
So here we are. So we're up to question number 3 and I'll let you be the first one to try to answer. I'm winning 1-0 here, Johnny. So the pressure's on now.
Well, I've only heard one question, so
Well,
that wasn't
did you
that
hear
really wasn't fair. But okay, I hear you
Did
now.
you-
So what's the third question?
Here you go.
the third question? Who was the first gospel singing group to sing in Russia?
Oh wow, in Russia.
Mm.
My first thought is Blackwood Brothers because they used to talk about it back in the 70s, and I don't know of anyone before that. I would have to go with them.
That would have been my answer, but since he answered the Blackwood Brothers, let me just try somebody else. I'm going to say the Cathedrals.
The correct answer is the Oak Ridge Quartet. They were the first group to sing gospel music in Russia.
Wow. Okay.
Was that Wally Fowler's group?
No, that was Dwayne Allen.
When Dwayne Allen was with them, they went there?
That is correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was Willie? Well, Willie was still with them then.
That is correct.
Okay.
Okay.
So here we go. Number 4. This is another easy one. Sometimes we throw these hard ones in, we throw some easy ones in.
All right.
Name the original members of the Hensons.
I'm first
Oh.
on this one. So let me have a stab at it. Although I forget the one brother, but it's Larry. I'm going to go Larry, Kenny, Yvonne, Ronnie, but I'm the other brother.
Well, the ones that were performing on the stage.
Okay, I'll stick with those 4.
He says Kenny, Ronnie, Yvonne, and Larry. Johnny,
What do you think?
Well,
you agree?
I have to agree because first time they came over, I met them in Nashville, and that's who was there.
That's correct answer.
It is? All right. Well, good. Let me do this then. We got to give myself some applause here. Okay.
Somehow I feel like I'm stacked up again.
I knew you were going to say that.
Okay, number 5. And then we'll move on to the general public. Is that
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Number 5. What is a shuttle gospel concert?
When one building's got stage, two stages in one building. We used to do that in Memphis at Cook Convention Centers, going from one stage to another, all in the same night.
You agree?
That's it. Yep.
That is true, except it's a little bit more than even that. It's where you have a concert in Valdosta, Georgia, and you have one in Thomasville the same night. And the groups drive over to, after they sung in Valdosta, they drove over to Thomasville and sung.
Wow.
We did that, but it wasn't in that concert. We actually sung in Georgia one night and chartered a plane and flew to Mississippi. And the only reason we got there on time, we gained an hour.
That's great.
Boy.
And they did the shuttles back in the 60s quite a bit.
That was for my time.
Well, in the 60s and early 70s, it kind of ran its course. But like in Fort Worth, Texas, it's kind of like what you said. They had concerts in the Will Rogers Auditorium.
Mm-hmm.
Next door, there was an auditorium called the Casa Mañana.
Casa Mañana, right?
Which is Spanish for House of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
I lived there back in those days.
Yes, sir. We'd sing in Will Rogers, and then we'd go next door and sing in Casa Mañana. That's a shuttle. And
we did that at Cook.
Yeah, what you said, where you all chartered a plane and flew to a date. You, as far as I know, you're the only second group that did that. The Happy Goodman family did that. While I was playing piano with them, they did a shuttle of shuttles. We sung with the Couriers in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania at the Farm Show Arena on Friday night. And we took a jet airplane to Nashville and sung at the National Quartet Convention the same night.
Yeah.
So that's the shuttle. And a lot of people out there probably never heard of a shuttle singing, but you guys pretty smart.
Oh, boy, but Johnny, you win. I mean, jumping on a plane, that's a shuttle right there. That's a shuttle of shuttles.
Okay, give me my applause.
Oh, okay, hold on. Here we go. Right there, Big John.
Yes, there you go.
Okay. Well, that's good, Johnny. Well, thank you, man. That's are you doing okay these days? Let's just talk to you for a minute. Forget the contest.
Me?
Yeah, you doing good?
Oh yeah, I'm doing wonderfully well.
Well, good.
Yeah, we get to hear you now. The last time we did this, you were breaking up so bad we couldn't hear what you were saying.
Yeah, we hear you really well now.
But
I actually had a concert at my church Sunday night. I mean, October 30th, Halloween weekend. We called it a harvest festival of gospel music, and I had my group and then two other groups based out of Arkansas, and we had a full house, and that was great.
Hey, can I ask you something, Johnny?
Yes, sir.
Did y'all sing real Southern gospel?
That's all we sing.
Yeah, hey,
That's
here,
it,
hold on.
period.
I'm going to give you some more applause for that.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's all we sing.
I was trying to think
And
a
matter-
while ago, what quartet is your son singing with?
He's singing with Lefebvre's now. Michael
Okay,
Lefebvre.
Lefebvre Quartet. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Well, all right, Johnny. I just wanted to just check up with you here after we did our questions, and that's good, man. Real Southern gospel. If it's coming from Johnny Perrick, it's going to be
That's
real.
good. That's
It's going to be real. Well, all right. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate it, buddy. We'll maybe do this again someday. Okay.
Okay, am I done?
You're done. Stick a fork in
Or
you.
you can let him do a couple, 3 more if you want to, because this next group is, unless I skip some, I
Okay.
think the public is going to be stumped real bad.
Okay, go ahead. Hold on, Johnny.
And
Here's
Johnny
another
may
one
be
for you.
stumped. Okay. Let's do a couple of 3 more. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Number
I like it.
What was the original name of the Rambos?
Johnny, you go first.
Oh, Winnie Bagwell Sunlighters. I remember them. When, oh, my stars, that name's right on the back of my,
It's
I
ticking.
cannot think of it.
Okay. Les.
All right, Johnny, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to bury you here. They were originally known as the Gospel Echoes.
That's it. Yeah. The reason I saw that, I saw an old recording cover
Yeah.
and or something name on, and I remembered that, but I couldn't think. Well, okay, you got it.
Well, I didn't
But
get
the moment you said gospel, I had it. I knew what it was.
I didn't get the official win yet till Eddie
But
tells
that's
it.
correct. That is correct.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Okay,
Number
Johnny.
7. Here we go.
Here we go.
How come you let that applause play longer for you than you do me?
Well, you know, it's my show, Johnny.
Here we go,
Morning,
Johnny.
Jay.
Who was the first Southern gospel group to sing in Carnegie Hall, New York?
Florida boys.
That's who I would have said. I'll just stick. Well, let me go. I know Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters did, but I don't think they were first. But I'll say Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters.
Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters were first.
Whoa!
Really?
Here we go. Oh, I am hot tonight. Okay. I'm glad you went first that time because I would have said the Florida Boys.
What was the year for the first Dove Awards? And where was it held?
I'm first on this one, so let me have a stab at it here. I'm going to say 1969. I'm going to say Nashville, but I'm probably wrong about that. What do you think, Johnny?
I think 69's right. I'm not too sure. Was it not the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville? Is that where that was?
What do you think, Eddie? Give it to us.
You're both correct on the year of 1969.
Okay.
But the location was the Peabody Hotel
Yeah.
in Memphis, Tennessee.
With the
I did not
Ducks,
know that.
the Peabody Ducks.
The Ducks were there,
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
or at least their relatives were there.
All right.
Well, at least, I'm glad they didn't name the Dove Award after the Ducks.
That's right. Okay,
I'm glad of that.
here's one here that I don't think either one of you will get,
Okay.
and I don't think our audience out there would get it either. In fact, it kind of surprised me when I discovered it.
All right. Put it on us.
And I played on it.
Oh, okay. All right, Johnny,
What?
you're up first.
What was the first #1 song by the Happy Goodman family?
Johnny.
This is a tough one.
Let's see. I have to think way back there. Wouldn't take nothing from a journey now. Then it had what was that song when it all starts happening? But that wasn't.
The first #1 song on the Singing
By the-
News chart by the Happy Goodman family.
I got a song in my mind. What is that song?
It surprised me sort of, and like I said, I played on the thing.
I'm gonna Johnny, I mean, your turn to go first. So go ahead and go first, then I'll jump in on
Well,
something.
go ahead. I'm
Okay.
thinking out loud. here.
I'm tossed between the lighthouse and he pilots my ship. But I'm gonna say the lighthouse.
Johnny, you know, take a guess.
Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to go back further than that because they had a lot of songs.
We're talking about the first number one song.
Yeah, I know. The first number one song, and I don't think that was their first number one song, that Lighthouse. I don't think it was. But I'm stumped. I can't.
Yeah, this was a surprise to me.
What is it?
I played on the recording session
Okay.
before I ever went to play with them for regular basis.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay.
That's what I thought. It's going back way back.
Okay.
And the album is called Happy House. This
Okay.
Happy House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a picture of a house with them hanging out the
Yeah.
windows.
I got it right there
I
behind
remember
me.
that. I remember that album
first
cover.
number one song was Thank God I
I'm
Am
Free.
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 What
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
good trivia question right there. I didn't know.
Yeah, that was a good one. Thank God I'm free. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody else used to sing that. Didn't the Hemphills, was it Hemphills sang that? I know Galilean sang
Yes.
it.
Well,
The
it was
Hemphills.
kind of a popular song. It was,
James
it was
McFall
written-
wrote it.
That's right. James McFall from Louisiana wrote it. But anyway, I was surprised when I discovered it myself.
That surprises me.
And
Yeah.
That's a good one.
okay,
All right.
we'll give you one more, Johnny
There you go.
Okay.
and Les.
Okay.
How many pianists played with the Statesman Quartet?
Wow, that's a good question.
Well, now, you talking about all-time pianist? Because Doyot was played every once in a while.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I don't mean that where he played on one song. I don't mean that.
Yeah.
An official
You mean
traveling
a
piano
regular-
player.
I'm talking about the piano player.
Okay.
How many piano players did the Statesman Quartet have?
Man.
All the years I've ever known, they only had one.
I'm going with one. I can't think of anybody but
The
Hogan.
correct answer is one.
There you go. Here we go. There you are.
Let it play. Let it play.
I'm going to let it play.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
There
hold
you
on.
go.
Hold on, Johnny. Just because I want you to feel good, I'm going to give it to you again.
Oh, they're standing up.
All right, we're going to save some for the others.
All right. All right, Johnny, that's good,
Okay.
man. That we're good there. Thank you for
Guys, as always, enjoyed it. Eddie, it's good to talk to you again. Les, good to talk to you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Johnny, I wish I could give you this CD, but I can't.
Why?
Because it's going to go to some person in our audience that gets some of these questions right.
Well, it wasn't like I really wanted it, but I was just.
Oh, Eddie, he got you on that.
I love
Oh,
it.
I'm sorry, Eddie.
Hey,
I've
it's
always
great.
had a lot of respect for you.
You're the man.
Here, wait a minute. Hey, Johnny, that deserves this right here.
Oh, guys, this is fun.
Johnny,
This
I
is a
appreciate
lot
you.
of fun.
I appreciate you playing with us. Okay.
Thank you,
Hey,
Johnny.
man, I love it. I want to do it again.
All right, we'll do it. Thank you, buddy.
All right.
All right,
Have
bye-bye.
a good night. Bye-bye.
Johnny Perrick. Yeah, okay. Now you mentioned the first group to go to Russia was the Oak Ridge Quartet, and maybe during the Wall. No, you said it wasn't during the Wally Fowler time.
No. It was
Dwayne
Dwayne Allen.
and-
I think Willie Wynn and
William Lee,
Bill Golden.
Herman Harper, probably. Noel Fox,
I think
maybe.
Sturban that was with them by then.
Oh, Sturban. Okay. Well, good. All right. Let's see here. Let's see who else is on here with us, and then we'll let them play on a question or two here. So let's see. We've got. Let me see. Glad to hear you, Mike Smith. We said that. Charlie Garner, Eddie Crook, my favorite piano picker ever. Eddie,
Man,
that's tall cotton
who
right
gets
there.
this?
There's your winner right there. Well, Charlie, I tell you what, he sure is a fine piano player. I'm not going to argue that for sure. Nicholas says, hey to Mike. Terry Carter, hey, Les and Eddie, two Southern gospel music icons. Now, I know Eddie is, but now, Terry, you're being way too kind to me. Thank you, though. Let's see. Terry, two talented men of God. Yeah, well, hallelujah. Mike Keller. Hello, Brother Les. Hello, Mike. Mike is from Alabama. And let's see. Vaughn Phonograph Records, says Kevin Kruger. Oh, yes. To the Vinyl Vicar. Judy Perrick. Okay, so we've got some Perricks on here. Johnny has lots of interference and can't hear you. Well, we fixed that. I called him. Let's see. There. Hey, Johnny's daughter is there. Chill. Yeah. And let me see who else we got. Terry is saying hey to Johnny Perrick. We got Elizabeth Lawson. Hey, Elizabeth. Let me keep going here. We got Terry Willits. How you doing, Terry? Good to see you. Bobby Jones. Hi, Les Butler. Sounds great. Well, what about that? Let me right here. We need some of that right there. All right. Let's see. That's Johnny. Something about Johnny there. Let me keep going here. Terry Carter. Johnny's one of the greatest tenors of all time. Oh, yes.
Vic Wiss.
Where's that at? I missed it.
Coming down.
Vic Wiss. Yeah, looking for Eddie right there. Well, you found him right there. He is.
Yeah, Vic's a good buddy. He lives over in Mount Juliet.
Okay. All right. Well, let's keep. Okay. So here's somebody. Hello from all the Dixie Melody Boys, says Caden Howell. Hey to DMB. And if that long-legged bass singer that travels still with you from time to time is around, Mr. Ed O'Neill, tell him we said hello. Okay.
Gene Reasoner there showed up.
Yes. He didn't throw the clay
he wrote
away.
Some good songs.
And he sure did. And I loved the country gospel band he was in.
It was great.
They were known first as they went to White River, but before Jubilation.
Yeah.
Jubilation and then White River. Then Krusty Antiques is on. It says, I'm new. We don't know who Krusty Antiques is. Do you?
Well, we're glad Krusty's with us.
We are very glad about that. And Krusty, you can play this trivia game with everybody in the crew right now. So let's see how we can do this, Eddie. Well, I guess you ask the question, and whoever is the first one to jump on and answer it correctly, they will win the CD, or are they going to be one of two?
Well, if we'll
do it in the next hour too.
If we ask multiple questions, then whoever gets the most correct.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Rather than just one.
All right. Okay, everybody, get ready to type the answer. Eddie's going to give you a question. There you go.
Okay. I'm going to skip this one and wait. I'm going to wait for this one to who are one of our personalities, because I know they'll never get it.
Okay. All right.
But they might get this. What groups did Richard Sturban sing bass with before the Oak Ridge Boys? What groups did Richard Sturban sing bass with before singing with the Oak Ridge Boys?
I know of two. Are there more than two, or is it just the two?
I'm waiting.
We're going to wait.
Our people here to,
okay. All right.
And we can keep talking, I guess, while they're answering if they want to.
You know what? Wait a minute. I'm thinking. Was it? I think it's three, maybe. It's three.
Well, we'll answer that when you say do it.
Okay, Krusty says the Beatles. Now Krusty's wrong. Krusty, I'm going to give you an A for an effort, but it's not the Beatles. Okay, Terry says the Stamps, and then he says the Keystones. So that's two that I know of.
Well, the question was, what groups, plural, did Richard Sturban sing with?
Kevin Kruger says J.D. Sumner and the Stamps. So that's just one. But Terry Willett says two, Keystones and Stamps.
Terry Willits says Keystones.
And Stamps right there.
Well, Terry Willits is correct.
Oh, there you go, Terry Willits. Look at here. There we go. Some applause for Terry Willits. All right. So Terry's winning. I'll write it down.
I'll write him down
there
over
you go.
here. That
okay.
Terry got one.
All right.
So far.
Okay.
That is correct. And those that didn't see the answer, we'll tell you it was J.D. Sumner and the Stamps. And before that, it was the Keystones from Pennsylvania.
All right.
Two singing groups before the Oak Ridge.
I'm going to try to find the Stamps with maybe with Sturban. Let me see if I can do it. You give him another question.
Okay. What song was recorded and certified as the first million seller? What song was the first certified million seller in Southern gospel music? That is the question. And the certified means that it was checked on, made sure that it was correct, because the million seller term was tossed around a little bit back in the 60s and was never certified. But this particular song was certified by the RIAA as selling 1 million copies. So that is the question. What song was certified million seller?
Okay. I couldn't get I don't have it here with this stash, so it's on an outside stash.
Well, Terry is trying,
Okay.
and that was one that was talked about a lot and claimed, but it never was certified.
Sorry, I never knew you.
It was never certified.
Gotcha. Okay.
Uh,
Everybody's saying that. Charlie Garner, Terry Willits, Dave Compton, Charles Hampton,
well,
Larry Mayfield.
like I said, it was
Oh.
bandied about, but it
there?
wasn't certified.
Is that it right there? 'Cause
No,
was
it
another
hadn't showed up yet.
Okay. Okay. All right.
This is probably everybody say, oh, but
Peace in the Valley.
no. You understand what certified means?
Yes, sir.
By
Yeah.
the RIAA.
Yes. The
Okay.
recording industry thingamabob.
Okay. So we'll give some. They're still popping some stuff up there, but it's unlikely that they should get this. Those that have been in the business for 30 years or so, they should get it.
I'm missing out. Millions.
But so far, no one is getting it, and I don't think Les knows it either. So,
Give us the decade.
what?
Can you give us the decade?
The decade. 70s.
Here come the rattlesnakes.
That is correct.
Oh, I'm giving myself some applause.
You see, the decade tipped you off.
It did. It tipped me off. I needed that little extra shove there, Eddie. Needed that
Okay.
little extra shove.
All right. You ready for another one?
Do it. Let's do it.
And I really appreciate everybody. I can see your name on the screen here
Yeah.
and what your answers. I mean, that's great that you're participating.
Thank you.
Here we go with another one. Who are the original members of the Downings? The original members of the singing group, the Downings.
All right, y'all.
I'm not going to tell you a decade either.
All right, y'all. Get it.
The original members of the Downings.
Anybody answering that one? Ann, Paul, Sue, Wayne? No.
Dave Compton, he's close, I guess.
Okay.
But anyway, I've got it wrote down, so I know what the answer is. But the original members of the Downings, this is the ones that sung first. They had some personnel changes and different people sung with them. And a great singing group, very contemporary at their time, but actually sung real Southern gospel too. So let me check something here, Liz.
Okay. What you checking?
Kevin Kruger
Right there, Kevin. Yeah.
is correct.
Kevin, come on. Right there, Kevin. Well done, Kevin. Well done. Excellent.
In case people are wondering, because they can't see his answer, the answer is Paul Downing, Ann Downing, Sue Dodge, Greg Gordon, and Dickie Matthews playing the piano.
Greg Gordon, the one that was with the Chuck Wagon Gang, too?
Greg Gordon, who was Anna's son,
Yeah.
the same.
Okay.
Greg Gordon, Sue Dodge, and Paul and Ann. That's the original Downings.
I tell you what, since it's
Kevin got it.
Kevin got it. Well done, Kevin. Since it's been a while since we played a song, I'm going to play a Downing song. How about that?
That's good.
All right, let's do this one. Jesus will outshine them all. The Downings. You're on Live with Les. Don't move. We've got more trivia questions coming your way in just a little bit.
On the hills of glory, happy reunions on streets of gold, angels choir singing glad praises forever. But Jesus will outshine them all. Oh, what glory awaits me in heaven's bright city. When I get there, such sights I'll behold. A million scenes of rare beauty will demand that I view them, but Jesus will outshine them all. A sparkling river is flowing, happy faces all glowing, and splendor where night never falls. The golden glasses reflection to the city's perfection. Oh, still Jesus will outshine them all. And John will listen on the hills of glory, happy reunions on streets of gold, angels choir singing glad praises forever. Still Jesus will outshine them all. Yes, Jesus will outshine them all.
There you go. The Downings, Jesus will outshine them all. I thought I'd play a Downing song there since they were part of the trivia question there. And I couldn't, I've got some Downing vinyl, but it didn't have any of the players listed on it.
For the time of the years of that decade that was recorded in, if I were guessing, it would be just an educated guess. It'd be Lloyd Green.
Mm-hmm.
At that particular time of history,
Mm-hmm.
the steel guitar players in Nashville.
Yeah.
I would say Lloyd Green would have been it.
Yeah.
Can't
And
prove it, but I'd say that would be it.
And Lloyd was on a bunch of Goodman records with you.
He was.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let me see. Let me do a couple things. Can somebody go on YouTube.com and type in Real Southern Gospel and tell me where we are on our subscriber count? I'm trying to get to 660 tonight. We started at 643, and maybe nobody signed up, but maybe a whole bunch have. And let me remind you, if you have not subscribed to the Real Southern Gospel YouTube channel, you need to do so tonight. Right now would be great. Just type in youtube.com, type in Real Southern Gospel, and click on that and you'll be right there, and then subscribe. Okay. Can somebody tell me where we are on the account? And just type it in there if you don't mind. 645. We've had a couple. Okay. So I'm reminding you now, if you would, Please, if you haven't subscribed, do it now. YouTube.com and type in Real Southern Gospel, then subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. Also, go to realsoutherngospel.com, go to the store and get yourself a Make Real Southern Gospel Great Again t-shirt and or a coffee mug right there with the real certification right there on the mug. See there? And that's in the store. So go do that. All right. Let's see who is on here with us tonight. Let's see, since we last jumped off the bus here. Mike Keller says, hello, Brother John. Oh, John Hamlin, great preacher, great friend, is on. And he liked Jesus will outshine them all. He gave you a preacher whoop. Did you see the whoop? Whoop. You know how a preacher does?
Right.
That's how he's doing. Lloyd was on a ton of albums, says Kevin, and he sure was. And great at it, by the way. Old Krusty says, I'm just a good old boy. Well, hello, Krusty. You're welcome here anytime. Let's see, Steve Worthen. Good to see you, Stephen. God bless you. I'm glad you're on here tonight. All right. You wanted to give him another question, Eddie?
I do.
On the trivia? Here we go.
What singing group has had the most #1 songs on the Singing News chart? Through the history of the Singing News charts, what singing group has had the most #1 songs?
Let's see who answers the question correctly first. I'm going to be watching here. You got to type in the answer. You got to join the discussion here and type in the answer. And Charlie Garner says Gold City. Is that correct, Eddie?
That is not correct.
Okay. Then I got to do this. All right. Terry Willett says the McCameys.
Terry Willett is correct.
There you go, Terry.
Now he has the answer 2 questions.
Terry's got 2. Terry, you're about to win yourself an Eddie Crook piano CD.
A little trivia besides he got the right name of the artist, the McCameys. Another, see how much more he knows.
All
How
right.
many #1 songs?
Wow.
That'll throw you on.
Wow.
How many #1 songs did the McCameys have on the Singing News charts in their career? Total #1 songs.
Wow. Okay. Let's have a little fun with this. I'm going to start. I'm going to say 50. Am I too high or too low?
You're too high.
Okay. So, Terry says 45. Is that too high or too low?
He's too high.
Okay. And another Terry says 16. Is that
He's
too
too
high?
low.
So we're between 16 and 45. Keep coming, boys and girls. Keep coming. Andrew Burnett says, hey, Les and Eddie. Hello to Andrew. Good to see you. Mike Smith says 25. Too high or too low?
Well, they're going to figure this out if you keep.
Well, I know. I'm trying
Okay.
to, or we'll be all night on
All
that.
right.
25.
Miss Wanda Hoffman is close.
35. Is she too high or too low?
Wanda, let's see. Wanda,
Wanda.
She's close.
22.
She's
So
close.
Is she high or low?
She's high.
Okay, so it's a little under 22. What about it, folks? We got to go under 22. Under 22.
The most #1 songs on the Singing News chart.
Andrew
were the
says
Miami
20.
Cameys. Who said what?
Andrew says 20.
20 is correct.
Andrew Burnett, here you go. Looky here, Andrew. It's for you, buddy. Andrew. Well, I was thinking the McCameys had #1s like George Strait. George Strait had 50 or 60 #1s. No?
They weren't in the business that long.
Yeah, okay.
But 20 is enormous.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
You probably know this. Let me throw a trivia question, not at you, but you'll know the answer. Do you know their first #1 song?
I do.
I think I know what it is, but I won't say. So, okay, there's the next question, y'all. The McCameys' first #1 song was fill in the blank. While you're thinking about that, I'm going to read. Terry says, Eddie Crook is responsible for a lot of groups' chart success. Yes. Thanks for what you did for the Anchorman back in the day.
Great group.
They sure were. They had many different versions of the group, but every version was great. It's amazing how they just kept popping up with great singers. Okay.
I was always impressed with their bass singer.
Yeah.
And the reason I was impressed with the bass singer, because he could, from a standstill, dunk the basketball.
Oh, you're talking about the real tall one.
I mean, no, he wasn't all that tall, but he could just jump. And I think he's singing bass with somebody now.
Yeah, he's the one that was over.
Anyway, I was always
And
impressed.
he was with Kingdom Airs for a while at Dollywood. What was his name?
I forget, but let's see here.
Who won here?
Go by the time.
Go by the time. Okay, okay, who put the tears?
Ryder Wilson
Ryler Wilson said,
was
who put the
first.
tears?
That is correct.
Ryler, here you go, buddy. This is for you. Who put the tears? Right there. Terry Carter. That's right. His name was Jody. What was his last name?
Medford.
That's it. Jody Medford. He
I
sang
was
with Squire
impressed with
Parsons
him.
too.
We used to play basketball.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, we had a basketball tournament during the Quartet Convention
Mhm.
when it was in Nashville,
Mhm.
and he come out and play. I was impressed because he could dunk it.
Okay. He
Okay.
sang with Kingdom Airs for a while. He sang with Squire Parsons and Redeemed for a while. He's been around. Yeah, Jody Medford.
Are we ready for another question?
Put it on us. Here we go. Now, don't forget, you got to save some questions for the second hour.
I'm saving them.
Okay. All right.
When was the first Southern Gospel cruise? The first Southern Gospel music cruise. What year? Got to play this cut off of here, too. Charlie Garner's trying.
I'm trying
Andrew's trying. Wanda's trying.
Okay. Let's see. So we got 81, 70, 75, 88, 84. None of those so far, right?
So far, we don't have it.
Okay.
Maybe,
Mike Smith says Noah's Ark.
no, what year?
Elizabeth says 72. So that's not it.
We'll give them time to throw up a couple more.
Okay. Kevin Kruger says 1776. Kevin.
He
He said 1776. 1989? No.
Actually, it was 1986.
Do we have an 86 up there?
No.
Well, you shouldn't have said it because they were still guessing. They could have won. Are you? Let me see. Let's make sure we didn't get a 1986 up in here now. Let's just be sure. Boy, 88, that's close. 84 is close. 89. No. Kevin Kruger says 1986. Kevin.
After we told him.
Yeah, Kevin, here's what you get for that. You get a wonk, 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 wonk.
Okay, I'm going to save some of these for the guest.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now you brought some vinyl. Let's play some
did.
vinyl.
I did.
Let's do that. All right.
I brought an album here that I had the pleasure of producing back in 1976.
The bicentennial year.
See if I can get this thing up there where they can see it without it. The Jake Hess sound.
Jake, Becky, and Chris. Yep. Okay.
Jake Hess. There's a picture of the.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
What song you want me to
something
do?
that I think is kind of pretty good. Cut 3, if you can
Cut number 3.
locate
Okay.
that.
All right.
This was 1976. The Jake Hess Singers. And I did it. And I did it. Back then, I tried to have a label called Pyramid. And I did a few records on it. But come to find out, some company in New York already had Pyramid. And they suggested that I change my label name. So anyway, this was on Pyramid. Jake Hess Singers. They're singing a song written by J.D. Sumner.
Okay. We're getting close to it. Written by J.D.
Written by J.D.
But they didn't have a bass singer, so that's kind of different
But
because
it
J.D.
doesn't-
normally wrote for
But
himself.
It doesn't. It's called A Million Years From Now.
Okay.
J.D.
J.D. Sumner. Sure enough.
But anyway, that's the name of the song.
All right. We're close here. We're close.
So
I want to get up here close where they can see these really cool suits that they wore.
Some people try to tell us When this life is o'er, when they lay me down to rest, there ain't gonna be no more. But I've made preparation, I've also made a vow. I'll be walking on streets of gold 1,000,000 years from now. 1,000,000 years from now. 1,000,000 years from now. I'll be living in glory land 1,000,000 years from now. One of these days I'm gonna fall asleep. When you gather round me, don't you go and weep, 'cause what I sow, I'll surely reap 1,000,000 years from now. Don't worry about tomorrow, just live right today. Now I don't care what others say, I'm gonna watch and pray. Now if you are not ready for that final bow, hell's gonna be an awful place 1,000,000 years from now. 1,000,000 years from now. 1,000,000 years from now. I'll be living in glory land 1,000,000 years from now. One of these days I'm gonna fall asleep. When you gather round me, don't you go and weep, 'cause what I sow, I'll surely reap 1,000,000 years from now. 1,000,000 years from now.
What about it? That's good stuff right there.
That's real
Well done.
Southern. That's real Southern gospel.
Right here, look here. We're trying to make real Southern gospel great again, folks. Like great music like that from Jake Hess and his children's on there.
Becky and Chris.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And by the way, that was Eddie Crook on the Panana right there. Well done, Eddie. Sounds good. Let's see, what time is it? Okay, it's 8:04. So we're going to have a couple of contestants that should be jumping on any minute. But let's see who else we have here right here. Andrew says, Les, you should have Wesley Pritchard on your show sometime. He can tell you some funny stories about Jake. No doubt about that. Let's see who else is on here with us that we maybe haven't said hello to. I don't know. It looks like we've said hello to everybody. Kevin says George was on a ship. I don't know what that means right there.
He was on the ship, the cruise ship, I presume.
Oh, okay. All right.
And they did sing on the first cruise. That is correct.
Oh, Jake and
No, George.
Oh, okay.
Talking about George Johnson.
Yeah. Okay. All
The
right.
cathedrals were on the first.
Yeah. And what year was that? You say
1986.
86. Okay.
And it was produced by your good friend, former boss.
Oh, Maurice?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Maurice Templeton.
Yeah.
He had the first gospel music cruise.
Maurice, yes. Maurice always treated me just wonderfully well. I have nothing but great things to say about Maurice. And Maurice knows real Southern gospel. And I'm telling you, he promoted real Southern gospel.
And he likes it today.
He does. Yeah, he really does.
And so does Mrs. Templeton.
Yes, they sure do. I appreciate them both very much. Every once in a while, we'll communicate on Facebook and always enjoy that for sure. Terry has a question here, Eddie. Was this after the Sounds of Youth?
It was in 1976. And Jake had left the Statesman, obviously. And I believe he was doing the TV program on Channel 5 in Nashville.
Yeah.
I think. But I don't know the answer to that question. The Sounds of Youth, I don't know.
I have an answer to Andrew's question. Andrew said, Les, did you ever meet Jake? Yes, many times. And I have a story, and this is a great story. I love telling this story. And men that are watching, I want you to listen and listen closely. This would have been about 20 years ago or so. and it was a Gaither homecoming event. It was in downtown Nashville at the big arena. And I mean, there was a lot of people there. We're talking a lot of people, 15,000, I bet. I mean, it was full. And so it was, all of the homecoming friends, and it was the Happy Goodmans and the Martins and just, all of them back from 20 years ago when they had the big shows, and like everybody was there. And I was down in the circle with everyone, and Jake was sitting down, and I was standing by Jake, and the Martins come in because they're getting ready to sing. And so that's Joyce and Judy and Jonathan Martin. And so the three of them young folks at that time, especially, they were probably around 30 or so. Jake gets up and says, ladies, one of you can have my seat. Jake was in his 70s. He was not in good health. But when the ladies walked in and there were no other seats, again, I was standing next to him. I would have given him a seat as well, but there weren't any. And so he stood up and said, ladies, one of you can have my chair. I wonder if that would happen today, Eddie. What do you think?
It's doubtful.
Doubtful. Sadly, doubtful. But Jake was forevermore a gentleman. I mean, every time I was around him, he was simply a gentleman. Would you concur?
Agree. Absolutely.
Yeah. So there's a good story on Jake Hess. That one's just for you, Andrew. And hello to Amber and Jared Vanderslice. Let me tell you about the Vanderslice bunch. They have a group called Sound Street. Eddie, you're going to love them. Real Southern gospel.
Okay.
And Jared's a fine singer. And let me tell you something else. His daughter, and I think she's 14, can tote the mail.
That's great. A lot of times a family like that have the special.
So yeah, they've got it. Be looking more for music from Sound Street. I promise you that. Let's see here. We've got Terry Willett says, talk about a group carrying on a Southern gospel tradition. Mylan Hayes family. Oh my. Mylan Hayes family. I am a huge fan and supporter of Mylan Hayes family. And you talking about real Southern gospel music. Oh, yes. Real deal. Well, looky here, Eddie. We've got a couple folks that have joined us, and I'm going to bring them up to the stage here real quick. Let me see. Let me get everything all set up here. Let's see if we can get one of them going. Is this Bat Parker?
Yes. Pat's cousin.
Pat's cousin. All right. Let me see if I can get your contestant up here with you. Let's see what we got. Is that Danny Funderburk?
Oh, boy.
It's what's left.
All right.
Well, this should be easy.
We can hear them.
So we have we've got both ends of the spectrum. We've got a bass singer and a tenor singer.
And me.
I tell you what, Eddie, you sing some lead, I'll sing some baritone, and we'll do an a cappella quartet rendering here in a minute.
That would be actually interesting.
It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
We might. Hey, folks, don't run off. We just might try that because I'm crazy like that.
I'll run off if we try it.
Well, let's see.
Let's find out what these gentlemen know.
Okay, let's do it. Go ahead and okay. This is a trivia contest, y'all. Now, do you know that?
Yeah, this won't take long, Danny.
No, it won't.
All right, this is trivia. Eddie Crook is going to give you the questions there, and I can't move that anymore, Eddie. You're going to have to move over just a little bit here.
I'll get with
there.
you.
You go. He'll ask the question, and then since I have both of you, keep your hands down, and if you. Danny, keep your hands down. Pat, keep your Danny, y'all are killing me. Keep your hands down. And then whoever knows the answer, the first hand up, and I'll be the judge of that, you get to answer the question.
Can I ask a question?
Ask the question. Go.
You two guys, are y'all just now joining us?
Yes.
Yes.
You hadn't already been on. You haven't.
No, sir.
You don't know what we're doing so far?
I don't know what I'm doing, much less what y'all are doing.
Okay. Because I might
Pat don't know. I definitely don't know.
a couple of these questions that we did before, since they haven't heard the answer.
Fire away.
Our audience out there will know.
Yeah, fire away.
But just for the fun of it, to see what these guys know,
Okay.
we might ask. So
Now, Pat's the trivia master.
okay,
Shit.
all right.
I don't think Pat's the master of much, but anyway.
No.
I'm going to repeat a couple of three just to
Okay.
because they haven't heard them.
Give it to him. Give him
So-
one. Here we go.
Okay, what is a shuttle singing?
Okay, Pat, you're up first.
I did this with the diplomats, or that's what Jimmy Pearson called it. It's where you either are in the same building, but you're in two different locations, or you're close enough that you go to the next location on the same day. That is what we called it when we did that with the diplomats. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but that's what Jimmy Pearson called it.
Ready?
What about it, Danny? The Singing Americans and the Cathedrals didn't do a shuttle singing?
A shuttle? Oh, I thought you said settle. I started saying.
Oh, no. They didn't do anything
Shuttle.
subtle.
Shuttle, shuttle singing.
Well, we've done shuttle singing. With the PTL program when they would we would be in the studio and then they would shuttle us over to the big auditorium. So is that what you're asking?
Name
Yeah, you're both correct. Back in the 60s, they had a lot of shuttle singings in the South, like in Alabama, Georgia. But they would take it, they would even sing like in Thomasville, Georgia, for instance, and the same night they'd be in Valdosta. 3 groups would be singing in Valdosta and 3 groups would be singing in Thomasville, and then they would swap.
Yeah.
They would shuttle from one to the other.
No, thank you.
Well, Pat, since you were the first to answer, you get the point, so you get the applause too. Hey, in the first hour when he asked that question, I was going against Johnny Perrick, and I answered. I said, "Well, I think it's when we sing here in Smyrna, Tennessee, and then we jump on the shuttle, the jet that goes to the moon, and we go, but that wasn't it."
No, that's not it.
Didn't win anything. So what's the second question?
What was the year that the Dove Awards, the first Dove Awards, what year was it? And where was it held?
Hand raised. We'll get it first. Hand raised first. Who is it?
What year?
I'd be guessing.
The first Dove Awards. And
I'm
where
guessing 72, maybe in Memphis. I'm not sure. I'm making all of that up.
75.
75.
Pat was correct on the location. It was in Memphis at the Peabody Hotel.
Yeah. What year?
The year was 1969.
Ooh, early.
1969.
So do I get half a point?
No points. No. Here's what you get, Pat.
Okay, here's one for you that y'all might know. What was the first song to be number 1 on the Singing News charts? The first time they had a chart.
All right, Pat.
What was?
I'll let Danny get this one. He raised his hand about the
No,
same
go
time I
ahead,
did.
Pat.
No, Danny, I want
not
you to
sure.
have it.
No,
God bless you, Danny.
I
I would say
What was it? The Hensons?
no.
No.
I would say
I'm saying what was the first?
What was the song?
name of
First
the
song.
song? I'm not saying the artist. I'm saying what was the name of the song?
I would say Jesus is coming soon. I'm not sure which
Correct.
group, but I would say Jesus.
You got it?
You got it.
Was it the Oak Ridge Boys?
That was one.
They recorded it. A group called the Sheltons
Oh, the Sheltons.
came out with it first.
I didn't know that.
The Inspirations got it from them.
Okay.
Oak Ridge got it from the Inspirations.
Inspirations. Okay.
And that's the way that chain went. And then several groups recorded it. At that time, the Singing News chart was made up of song titles and not artists.
That's right.
Okay. Yep.
They changed that in a few months to where it was the singing group.
Okay.
Okay, y'all are doing good.
No, we
I'm
not.
glad this ain't Bible trivia. I'd be in trouble.
Pat's got 2, Danny. You got
half.
Danny, come on now. You can do it.
Who was the first gospel music artist to record the song "He Touched Me"?
That's a good question.
Oh, yeah.
The song Bill Gaither wrote, "He Touched Me." Who recorded it first?
Hand raised first. Who's going to raise a hand? Hand raise, hand raise.
With
Go ahead, Danny. Go ahead.
would it be the Gaither? That would be the Gaither Trio, would it?
I'm sorry, that's not right.
Okay. All right. What do you think there?
I
Pat?
think Patrick.
I am going to guess the Imperials.
That is not correct either.
I'm gonna. Hey, you didn't give that question before.
I was
Can I
saying
guess? Can I guess?
Yeah.
They both lost. I'm going to say the Spears.
Well, that is not correct either.
Okay.
Good guess, though. That's a good guess.
Spears. It was a gentleman, a soloist,
Oh, Doug Oldham.
Doug Oldham.
Doug.
Oh yeah. I remember now.
How about Doug?
Doug Oldham's father was an evangelist,
Yeah.
and Bill Gaither had been at a church meeting with him preaching,
Okay.
and he said, "You need to be a song about the Lord touching me." He touched me.
Oh,
He gave me the idea.
I
Okay.
completely forgot about Doug.
yeah. Doug never told me about that.
Doug
So
was great.
Doug Oldham was the first to
Yeah.
record.
Okay.
Wow.
What was the first Southern Gospel recording label? The very first Southern Gospel record label.
Hand raise. Hand raise.
Southern Gospel record label.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is not RCA.
What do you think, Pat? What do you think?
And you're talking about it's just pure Southern gospel.
That is correct.
Okay.
Sure.
I would say heartwarming. Same time. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
That is correct. That was the label by the John T. Benson Company. The
Yeah.
John T. Benson Company in Nashville.
Pat.
They started the Heartwarming label. A few months later, Word Records created Canaan label.
That's what I was thinking.
But
Canaan.
the first label was Heartwarming.
Yeah. Boom.
And the part two of that was what was the first quartet to record on the Heartwarming label?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay. Let's think about that.
The
Wow.
first quartet to record on the Heartwarming label. There were many quartets.
Yeah.
Boys.
Why-
I can't remember who all was on that label.
Well,
Was
it's
Singing
been,
Americans on that label?
it's been a few years.
I'm going to guess. I'll guess one.
Les wants to guess.
I'm going to guess the Kingsmen.
So the answer is the Tennesseans Quartet.
Oh,
Oh, Eddie would know.
This
Yeah.
would be Noel Fox
Yeah.
singing bass, Wally Laxton singing tenor,
Oh,
Dale Shellnut singing the lead.
yeah.
They were the first quartet. Yes, sir. I played the piano.
I know you did.
Yeah.
That was the first quartet to appear on the Heartwarming label.
How
What?
about them apples?
Dang.
Great. That's a great question right there, Eddie.
I didn't realize it went back that far.
All right. Moving on. What was the first gospel singing group to sing in Russia?
Blackwood Brothers.
That's
Now,
what,
Danny, you're supposed to raise your hand.
that's what was
I
answered
did.
the
It's
first
off
time.
screen. It's off screen.
That's a good answer, but it's
That's
not
a good
correct.
answer.
It's not
That's
correct.
right.
That's what we answered in the first hour, and it was
You
wrong.
wouldn't probably think about this, but this group was kind of on the edge a little bit back there.
Imperials?
Oak Ridge?
Oak Ridge.
Oak Ridge? Yeah.
Pat, you're killing it.
Well,
You're
if he
killing
hadn't said they were on the edge, there's no way I would have got it. I was actually thinking, for some reason, I was thinking Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters, but that was in New York at
Carnegie.
Radio City or something, or Carnegie Hall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I know the Blackwood Brothers sent a lot of Bibles to Russia.
Well, they tried. Yeah, I think, yeah.
All right. So now, let me jump in here real quick. We've got. Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me jump in here real quick. We've got some folks talking here. Let's see what we've got. We've got some folks saying, "Hey, Joy Holden said that Pat should get a half point for that one answer." No,
Thank you.
no, we're not. I'm giving you another one of those right there for that. Let me see. Hey, I
I'll
tell you
send
what.
you a Bible.
my daughter is on here saying hashtag ignore Pat Barker.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get hashtag ignore Pat Barker going up here. But hello, Joy, and who else is on here that we haven't said hey to? I think we've said hey to about all these folks. Anybody got any questions for Pat or for Danny? Type in the questions, and we will ask them the question here in a minute. But you go ahead, and Eddie, what's the next question you've got?
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. What singing group has had the most #1 songs on the singing news chart?
Go ahead, Pat.
Go ahead.
The McCameys.
Pat, you are hot tonight.
That's still God.
Part two of that question.
Pat's got a lot of radio on him, you know. You've been doing a
Part
lot.
two of that question would be how many?
36.
What do you think, Danny?
35, 36.
No. I said 4.
The answer is 20.
20.
20 #1 songs.
I like 36.
They had 4 #1s one June.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, that's crazy.
I don't
What
know.
was the first #1 song by the McCameys? I don't expect you guys to know that.
I'm out on that one.
Who put the tears in the eyes of the lamb?
That's right.
Now, when they sing it, they didn't say lamb. It,
No.
2 syllables.
it was a 2-syllable.
Lamb.
Tears in the eyes of the lamb.
Yeah, well,
That's
that was part of the style, you know, that was.
I loved it. Loved it.
Okay,
#1.
here we go. We've already done that one, so
Well, while you're looking for one, I got Corey Pearson wants me to tell something to Pat. He says he wants Pat to become a better bass singer.
we can all make comments about that.
You just keep reading the questions, Eddie.
I wished I was a better bass singer. Yes.
Yeah, Danny's lower than I am.
No, I'm not.
Okay, here's a question for you, Pat. Here's it while you're still looking. Joy Holden says, if you had to be in a group but did not do your specialty gifts such as bass singer, what vocal part or instrument would you switch to in a group?
I would absolutely 100% be a baritone singer. I love the baritone part.
Right on. Hey, I'm giving. Where's this thing at? I'm giving you Nux. Right there's Nux right there on the baritone.
There you
Yes,
go,
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the glue. That's the fun part. That's the
It's the hardest
that,
part. It's the hardest
gets
part.
hidden, but is the
It's
most
glue.
important part. So
Yes.
I love singing baritone.
All right. All
I
right.
do
What's
it
the
every
question?
Who has won the most
Oh, God.
Singing News Fan Awards?
Can I answer who's won the least? This guy.
Eh,
As an
Who has
Hey,
won the most?
it's
as an
it's
individual,
Singing
they've won the most. Not
Who has
group.
won the most?
Danny, what'd you say?
was male or female? And I think
Well, I can't tell you that.
well, is it Kim Hopper?
Give him applause.
There
Oh,
you go.
Hopper Danny, yeah.
Would you venture a guess how many?
Oh, wait a minute. We were talking about that the other day. It's at like 20. I mean, it's up there, right?
I know she's won soprano like 14
Yeah.
or something, and she's
Yeah.
the Hoppers have won. And
25 years in a row.
25. I thought it was 20 something. I wasn't
Really?
25 years in a row.
Oh my word.
good
sure.
granny.
That year?
You know, I want to look into that, Pat.
Yeah.
See why you're not in there.
Yeah, what is she doing that I'm not
Hey, Danny,
Yes.
Earl Sheely has a question for you. Have you
Uh-oh.
ever played a round of golf?
doing? Has he gone a day without playing around the golf?
Well, I just got through playing a while ago, so I played around the golf today.
Good. Okay. What do you
Here's
got?
one right here. What groups, plural, did Richard Sturban sing with before he sung with the Oak Ridge Quartet?
Oh, I know he sang with the. Oh,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
and he sang with the Stamps.
Okay.
Oh, there's another one he sang with Joe Bonzel. Dad, comment.
Keystones.
Keystones.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, did I get applause?
Yes.
I'm
Give
gonna-
Danny a little bit.
I'm gonna give you both of you get a little bit of both of this. Hey, and who was one? I'm going to add to that trivia question. Going to the Keystones.
Yeah.
Name the piano player for the Keystones that was with them at the same time that Richard Sturban and Joe Bonsall was with them.
And I might add that he played for the Oak Ridge.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I know his name. I can't.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Garland Craft.
Yep.
Garland.
I learned something new. I learned something.
And Garland is still with us. And he plays in a little church in a little town outside of Nashville
Oh,
called Ridgetop.
I didn't
How
know
about that?
Wow.
Okay.
I did not know
Here's
that.
one.
Hey, Ed, was he with them when they went country?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's who I was thinking about.
Hey, Danny, Joy has the same question for you that we gave to Pat. If you were with a group and didn't sing tenor, what part or what instrument would you like to play in a group?
I would love to sing bass. That way I could probably help Pat out.
Join the club, brother.
Honestly, I stood on one end and George stood on the other. And I just honestly, I tell everybody I was a frustrated tenor singer because I'd love to have been able to sing bass. That's why I love Pat so much. I think he's just awesome. And so I love bass singing.
Hey, Terry Willits also had another part of the answer to that because there were actually two piano players,
Okay.
Garland and Nick Bruno.
Nick.
With the Keystones?
Yes, sir.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right, give him another question.
Okay. Who were the original members of the gospel singing group, the Downings? The original members, when they started, the Downings.
I know two of them.
Yeah. Well, I know two.
I do too.
Well, I know there's Paul and Ann,
And yeah.
and I can't remember. Was Sue first?
Sue
That's
Dye?
one more. That's one of them.
Sue Chenault is one. Okay. And that other guy, I can't think of his name.
Oh, what's his name?
Yeah, what's his name? Thank you.
A guy named Dickie Matthews played the piano.
Mm-hmm.
Dickie
Really?
Matthews played the piano.
I did not know that.
The other vocal part was Greg Gordon,
Greg Gordon.
I wasn't thinking of Greg Gordon.
Nope.
who was the son of Anna Gordon of the Chuckwagon Gang.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how about that?
Oh,
Eddie, you
yeah.
got so much information, brother.
I just
I'm learning tonight.
And
All right. Okay. What
But hey, we
song,
got three.
what song was a certified million seller
Oh,
in
boy.
gospel music?
Depends on who you ask.
No, this is certified by the RIAA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pat,
Yeah.
what
you're
song?
technically kind of right, Pat.
So it doesn't matter about the rumors or the people throwing it around, but this was
Yeah.
officially
Official. Oh,
a million seller.
Was it He Touched Me?
No.
No. Wasn't it?
One of our listeners is saying, "Was it God on the Mountain?"
No.
No.
I wish.
Okay.
was it the Seagulls?
The Seagull Brothers and Naomi, sorry I never knew you, was reputed to
Okay.
7 million.
So
45.
was it the Gospel Boogie?
No.
Joy Holden says, "Because he lives."
No.
Okay.
You know,
The only song that is certified of selling 1 million copies is Here Come the Rattlesnakes.
really, Wendy?
Oh, Wendy.
Wendy Bagwell in the Sunlight.
Oh my, Wendy Bag. Yes.
Now, Eddie, that wasn't a song.
No, that was.
Well, it's trivia though. It's trivia.
It's his trivia. It's his.
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants.
He gets to do what he wants.
Dadgummit.
I'm giving him the keys to the car tonight here on Live with Les.
All right. When was the first Southern gospel music cruise?
The year or the
The year of the first all Southern gospel cruise.
Eddie, you and I went on a cruise together a long time ago. I was with the Diplomats. I know
The
you don't
Ark
remember
does
that.
not count. Noah's Ark does not count, Pat.
Would it be the Singing of the Sea?
It's called something else, like Jubilee or something.
What was it called?
I'm gonna guess.
I didn't go on the first one, but I think I went on the second one.
Did you?
I'm gonna
But
guess
the year-
81.
The year was 1986.
86.
1986 was the first gospel music cruise that Maurice Templeton.
Yeah,
Produced.
tours. I was
That's
on
right.
that, but I thought they went like 2 years prior to us going. in
1986.
86.
So this is the 35th anniversary coming up here.
Yeah, I
How
joined the
about them
cathedrals in 83, so I thought it was 80. I thought it was 84, 85, but it's 86.
What?
Okay.
What was the title of the only number one song that the singing group the Isaacs had? The only one they had all these years. They had one number one song on the Singing News chart. What was the name of it?
I'm going to try that one, but I'm going to wait for them.
They don't have it. I mean, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of great songs. I can't imagine they've only
If I
had.
hadn't produced it myself, I wouldn't have known the answer. But I produced it myself.
I'm going to say I Have a Father Who Can.
I Have a Father Who Can was a great song, and it was on the same recording.
Wow. Okay.
We recorded live in Atlanta at Mount Perrin Church of God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the name of the song that went number one and stayed number one, I think, for 3 months was From the Depths of My Heart.
Yes. Okay. Brian Monahan just
Great.
said that down there. So Brian Monahan, look at here. I'm giving you applause, Brian. Way to go, buddy. Brian Monahan had that one right there.
Wow. What year was that, Eddie?
I didn't write it.
More or
It
less.
was 1993.
Okay.
1993. That was kind of in your early years.
I wish. I was a sophomore in college.
Okay.
You went to college?
I was a janitor.
What song stayed number one on the Singing News chart the longest?
I'm gonna give Danny this one.
What
Go,
song stayed number one the longest time
You got to
on
know
the
this one.
Singing News chart?
Oh,
Come on,
God.
buddy.
Was it? I want to say Step Into the Water.
You're so close.
No,
Is that it?
That's not even close.
that's not even.
What's the question
Oh.
again? I was busy doing something.
You're making this up.
What's the
What
question?
song stayed number one the longest?
I thought it was Step Into the Water.
I'm going to say Excuses.
That is not correct.
It's not.
Learning to Lean.
That is correct.
I'm
There
giving.
it is.
Ah,
There you go.
The song Learning to Lean was on the Singing News chart for 14 months consecutive
Wow. Okay.
by the Blackwood Brothers.
Blackwood Brothers. Okay.
Ah, the good old days.
By the Blackwood Brothers.
They beat out What a Beautiful Day by 3 months. By 3 months.
Wow.
Hey, while we got a bunch of folks on here with us, if you have not subscribed to the Real Southern Gospel channel on YouTube.com, do it right now. That's RAT now. Right now.
Yes.
To YouTube.com, type in Real Southern Gospel and subscribe right now. We are trying to get to 660 subscribers tonight. And if you haven't subscribed, you can help us to get there. Pat, get your
Yes.
get your troops in there and get them subscribing to it. Help
Do
us
it.
out. Do it right
Yes.
now. All
Do
right.
it now.
You got another question there, Brother Eddie? What you got?
Okay. Who is the only non-pianist to win a Singing News Favorite Musician Award?
Rabbit Easter.
Annie?
Is it Gary Beaver
No.
with the Kingsmen?
I thought Rabbit won it.
I thought y'all were paying attention this year.
Yeah, it's Sonia.
Sonia?
Isaac's year.
Sonia Isaacs.
Yeah.
Now, Eddie,
Wait.
Yeah.
When the singing
Hold
fan
on.
awards were passed
Hold
out,
on.
y'all
Brother Les gets applause right there.
Hold on.
We,
Now, Rabbit won.
Rabbit never did win.
Oh, now. Don't make
He
me
should
call
have.
Rabbit.
He should have, but he didn't. Sonia is the only non-pianist to win favorite musician in all the years.
Hey Pat, tell Rabbit to call my cell phone, and I'll pull him up here on the show with us.
But I think, didn't Mike Hopper win favorite musician as a drummer or something?
maybe Michael Booth.
No one. It's been piano players through the years, and the number one piano player that had the most
Yeah.
is no longer with us.
Anthony Berger.
Roger.
Anthony Berger.
Yeah.
Anthony Berger.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just going to keep trying to get everything wrong, just for Danny's sake.
Tell Rabbit to call me. I'll pull him up.
So how many?
You'll have to try.
You think Rabbit's going to give me his number?
In the Statesman Quartet career, how many piano players did they have that played with them, not just on one song, but played the whole set with them? How many piano players did the Statesman Quartet have?
Let's see. There was Sonia Isaac, and no.
Rabbit.
Michael Booth.
I mean, of course, there's
Well,
Hovey. This sounds like a trick question.
Yeah.
Was there someone before Hovey?
The answer is one.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hovey Lister.
Hovey Lister.
Where's
Right.
the
The only
applause?
piano player they ever had.
That's a trick question. It was
Okay.
a trick question, Pat.
What was the original name of the Rambos, the singing Rambos, before they became the Rambos?
I got this one right, boys.
I have the record.
I was introduced to gospel music in 1980, so you're going way back.
Oh, my goodness.
So you were, Danny, you were introduced to gospel music in '80, and you right out of the gate, as soon as you found
You were
out
the Singing Americans?
you were with the Singing Americans.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Hey, wait a minute, guys. Hold on. I got breaking news coming in on us here.
Uh-oh.
Rabbit, are you there? Wait a minute here. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Something going on here. Okay, Rabbit, are
You
you?
can touch them so quick.
Can you hear me, Rabbit?
Yes, sir.
All right. I've got Eddie Crook, Pat Barker, and Danny Thunderberg here with me. We're on
Okay.
live. We're on live with Les, and
Roll
we
Tide, Rabbit.
question
Yes.
that came up, and the question was: name the only non-piano player that won Musician of the Year at the Singing News Fan Awards. And we answered Sonia Isaacs Yuri, and she just won this year. But Pat says, "Wait a minute now, flag on the play." Rabbit Easter won. So I've got Rabbit on the phone. Rabbit, have you ever won a Singing News Fan Award as Musician of the Year?
Yes.
Oh, Eddie, what's
Yeah.
happened here? Okay, so what year was it?
It was in Louisville, right, Eddie?
I won. Well, no. Are you talking about the piano player award?
No, I'm just talking
Favorite
about
musician.
favorite musician.
I won 4 in a row. Yes.
4 in a row. Okay.
Yeah, from 97 to 2000.
Yep.
Favorite musician.
Favorite musician.
Well, I stand corrected.
Favorite,
Okay.
That was
All
in Louisville,
favorite
right?
musician.
Rabbit?
Yes. Yes.
I thought so.
And let me just go on record saying Steve Rabbit Easter is a fantastic musician, number one. And number two, he ought to get back into Southern gospel music and get to picking again,
Yeah.
because it's making me mad that he's not.
Come on.
Somebody say amen to my preaching right there.
Amen.
Amen.
I'll say amen.
Well, I apologize, Rabbit. I apologize for not having you in there. I just missed that somehow,
Yeah, I remember his
Yeah.
acceptance.
and I'm glad to hear
Yeah.
from you.
You too, Mr. Eddie. How you doing?
Doing okay,
Y'all used to travel
Good.
together.
and yeah, we
Oh,
played
yes, we
together. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Why? Nothing got nothing to do with Rabbit, but this Christina Joyner shared with us that Doyle Ott played the piano for the Statesman while Hovey was in the Army. So there.
Okay. Well, what about that?
So there they had two.
Yeah.
So Rabbit, are you driving somewhere tonight?
No, I'm sitting home. I leave tomorrow. I'm out with on tour with Lauren Daigle.
All righty. Very good.
Yeah,
Bragger.
Yeah.
yeah. Name dropper.
Is that the Lauren Daigle Quartet?
Yeah, that's the Southern Gospel Quartet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because this is real Southern gospel. We're sticking with that, y'all. Now.
There you
All right,
go.
here we go now. Okay. Hey, Rabbit, man. Hey, no kidding, man. I miss you, and we all miss you. And anytime you're around any of us, just bring a steel guitar up on the stage and start playing with us, okay?
Hey Rabbit, before you
Right.
hang up, I'm going to ask this question for all the guys and include you on it. And it was kind of hard for some people. What was the first #1 song by the Happy Goodman family?
Ooh. Well, it had to be "What a Beautiful Day," I would think, wasn't it? Or did I miss it?
Well, actually, it was before that.
Oh, before that.
I played on it, but you did not.
Right.
Rabbit, you were
You would have if you'd have been there, but
Yeah. The Lighthouse.
no, it wasn't that
No,
either.
yeah.
Jack Smith didn't play on it either.
Oh,
you
wow.
were still in elementary school, Rabbit.
Elementary school. Yeah, I bet. God.
I believe your hero Lloyd Green might have played steel,
Oh, he could have. Wow.
but the first #1 song that the Happy Goodman family had on the Singing News chart was "Thank God I Am Free."
Thank God I'm free. Wow. I know he played it on that live album. He
Yeah.
played on that live album in Huntsville. It took me forever to figure that intro out.
Well, Rabbit, hey man, thank you. Are you are you on the road right now? Or are you home right now?
I'm at home. I leave in the morning. We
Okay.
going up to Columbus, Ohio.
All right. All right. Well, Rabbit, we love you. Appreciate you. Thank you for calling in, buddy.
Yeah.
I'll
Love
buy,
y'all.
I'll buy
Have
you
a great
lunch.
day.
I'll buy you
You
lunch.
Rabbit.
See y'all
I'll
later.
do it. Bye-bye.
See you, Rabbit. Bye. Well, there we go. I got everybody's number, man. I hunt them right down.
So
There you
you're
go.
so
There you
famous.
Yeah. Here, wait a minute. I am. Let's just give me applause, would you? All right, Eddie, you got another question?
How many father-sons groups have there been?
Wow. Father-son groups.
You mean where it's just father and son?
Yes.
Let's see.
Bishops.
Wilburn and Wilburn.
Oh, okay.
You talking about the father and son together?
I did say sons with an S.
Oh,
Is it the bishops?
Uh,
yeah. You had the
I can think of two father and sons singing groups.
The Booth
Yeah.
brother.
The Booth
Booth brothers
Booth
Yeah.
brothers and the
and the
bishops.
bishops?
and the bishops.
Yeah.
Well done, Danny
Yeah.
and Eddie.
Yeah,
Good.
everybody.
Good. Yep. Okay.
So
Well, I thought of a father son.
Oh, hey, Terry Willett says the Spears. Well, Dad and Brock and Ben, they were together. It just wasn't
there was
them.
there was women in that group.
Yeah.
yeah,
Easy,
well,
Pat.
we did say, well, technically that's correct. They
Yeah.
have sons and daughters.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I think I've run through about all
Hey,
my questions.
Hey, Kevin
Yes.
Kruger says Jeff Easter and his dad. Let's see. Well, did they? Yeah, they traveled some. Jeff traveled some with his with the Easter brothers, with his dad and his uncles.
Easter brother.
That's kind of
Well,
about the same.
there's some configurations probably that
Yeah,
we could
yeah.
think of, but the ones that I thought of was the bishops and the Booth brothers.
Booth
When
brothers.
it was
And the
only
bishops were so good.
father and two sons.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Yeah.
So I appreciate you guys playing with us tonight.
Pat won, right?
What did I win?
Yeah. What did he win, Eddie? Show him.
Hey, Eddie on the piano.
Well,
I'm just kidding. You didn't win anything.
I'll have to buy it.
One of these people here that played with us earlier won.
Oh well.
Some of your fans.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, let me see. Some of these folks may be having something here for you all before you run off here. Let's see.
Yeah, they have a question.
Joy says that they should win a Pat Parker T-shirt. No, they want something, Joy, that people. How many months was the lighthouse at #1? Curtis Brock asks. Does anybody know that? You know that, Eddie?
It was not as many as you would think. And I'd have to research this, but I believe it was somewhere in the 6 months.
I was thinking 7.
Yeah, I buy that too. It's somewhere in that range.
Yep.
Brian Hoffman says Rabbit Easter can tear up a steel guitar. Brian Hoffman, you
What
sir
about
are
the
right.
banjo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if he tears it up, he can fix it too.
Loretta Sanders Hall says, I wish the groups would start using live musicians.
Well, I wish the fans would pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be.
You know what? If a great band, like going back to the Happy Goodman family days with the band that they had back in the 70s, do you think that that fans would buy a ticket to support, 2 or 3 groups traveling with real bands? No kidding. What do you think, fellas?
It'd be tough. It'd be tough with the expenses of an inflation today, like it is.
I don't think so myself. I think that the audiences have grown accustomed to hearing a recorded music track, and they're happy with it. They're fine with it.
You know what? What's funny? Y'all remember Brian Carter played with the Easters for a couple of years. I had his family, the Carter family band, at my church Sunday morning for homecoming, and they had drum, guitar, bass, piano, fiddle, mandolin. I mean, they have everything. And our church is a pretty calm, church. They don't really, not a lot of applause and all. It's a beautiful church and they're wonderful people. They just don't applaud like that. Well, they went nuts Sunday morning, and that family band got a standing ovation, and people were throwing babies. And I thought, my gracious, we use live music, but it's just piano and organ. We don't use all the instruments and everything. But man, the church just reacted in a way I had not seen them react before. And they did the same thing 4 years ago when we had the Diplomats in. So yeah. I think there's still a love for that. It's just so difficult to tour with that and depend on the people to buy the tickets and help pay for it.
Right. You would be adding a lot of expenses for the road in a situation like that. But I believe that people miss it, though.
Oh, sure. I think
they miss it.
I think they would miss it if they got to hear it.
I don't think it's affordable today.
Danny, Mike Keller has a question for you. Estimate this. What's the highest note that you've ever sung?
I don't really know. I've been told that I sung an E flat above high C. And that was on God Himself, the Lamb, when I was with the Cathedral Quartet. So it's E flat above high C. I think that's what I was told. So I don't know.
That's high.
That's high.
Trust me. That's
yeah. I still feel it today. I mean, those are hard to come by now, Eddie. B flat, a C. I might can do that now, but at 67 years of age, no, it's not every night. Can't do it.
Megan, I must have missed your question. Can you restate it? She has a question for Pat, I think she said. I'm trying to go up here and see if I can find it. Oh, here we go, Pat. Every single time I hear you on it, your anointed voice takes those lyrics to another level. Praise the Lord, she says. What about it, Pat?
How about them apples? Well, thank you, first off. But I not only do I attest that to just God being very kind to me, but it was also growing up listening to Rusty Goodman, who was an amazing lyricist. I mean, he could take any lyric and just make you do this. And Doug Oldham. We talked about Doug a little earlier. Doug could do that with a lyric as well as anybody. And I've got to give credit to this guy over here. Mm-hmm. When you hear Danny Funderburk singing For What Earthly Reason and songs like that, Whosoever Will May Come, and I mean, you can't help but learn from those folks who did it, so well when I was growing up. So a lot of that credit goes to people like Danny.
Pat, you got a lot of heart in your voice, and I think that's how people.
But George called it his bus voice, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, bus.
Said sing that with your bus voice. Whosoever will, and for what earthly reason, and so really people like Rusty and those guys, that's where I tried to learn how to sing a lyric, because that's the difference in our music and every other genre, is the lyric is the most important part.
That's right.
The lyric is what has the words of salvation and grace and mercy and scripture, and it's got all that in our lyrics. So
Right.
if we can't get that lyric out there, it's kind of useless.
But if it's in the heart, it's going to show up in the voice, I think, Pat.
Fella,
You got it. Yeah.
we got another question. This is from Chad Jones, who is a DJ in Minnesota. And the question is, what national Southern gospel group recorded a live project in Minnesota? I'm not going to answer because I know the answer to that one. So I'll let you all have that one.
Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
Why?
Why?
Well,
You know that?
I don't know.
Okay.
can I,
I don't think I
can
know.
guess the Kings?
Go ahead, Danny.
Did they go to Minnesota?
That's the only state they missed doing a live album.
Really?
49 out of 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it wasn't that.
I don't know.
Okay. It was the Rambos live at Souls Harbor.
Oh, by the way,
Oh,
that's a great album.
Yes.
By the way, the Gospel Echoes. We
Yes.
got interrupted, but that was the first name of the Rambos, if I remember correctly.
That's right.
Correct. You're right.
let go.
Okay. Charlie Garner has a question for Pat. And he's got shades, a little smiley face. So he's meaning it kind of as a joke, but I'm meaning it seriously. What's the highest note that you can sing, Pat?
If it's in my
Right.
real voice, I can hit like an F above middle C.
Okay.
If I'm, doing falsetto or whatever,
Okay.
whatever.
Daryl Sheely asks Pat, how's your shoulder doing?
Pretty well. I went to therapy today before I left.
No, your shoulder. We don't care
Yeah.
about your therapy. Oh, shoulder therapy. I thought you were meaning, you know what? Go ahead.
I have to have that a lot more than just once a week. No, so I've still got about 6 weeks of therapy left before they say I'm as far along as I'm going to get.
Well, now, Daryl Sheely, he's a good bass singer himself.
Yeah, he sang bass with the Old Time Preacher Boys in Winter Haven Sunday.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Yeah.
He did good. Elizabeth Lawson says, we love Danny Funderburk. What do you think, Danny? Isn't that nice?
I love her, too.
Who doesn't love
thank you
Danny?
so much.
Did you still sing the song "Somebody Touched Me"? Any arrangement of that, Danny?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's been lowered a little bit, Eddie, but I
That's
still
okay.
try to do.
That's okay.
I just started living, and somebody touched me.
It's a great song, regardless of what key it's in.
It is.
That's right.
It's a powerful song. I get requests for it all the time. I mean, any place I go sing, there's two songs that get requested most, and that's I've just started living, and somebody touched me, and I still try to do them on occasions. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's great.
they're great songs.
Lord knows I have played them a blue gazillion times on the solid
Gazillion
radio.
times.
My word.
Hey, Eddie, one night in Nashville at the Grand Ole Opry outside, I just started living, had just went #1, and we encored it. Pat may know this since he's a trivia freak. We encored that thing 7 times that night, and it wore me out. Trust me.
Yeah, that's
I was going to wave away sheet,
that's tough. That's tough. That's when you kind of wish you could do it about a step lower.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Danny, Mike Keller says, Brother Danny is the real deal. He was at our church this year, coming back next year. What I love about him, he gets the congregation involved. Love you, Brother Danny. That's from Mike Keller.
Oh, I love Mike too. Great guy. He's a great singer too, Pat. If you ever get a chance to hear Mike Keller sing, I let him do Thanks to Calvary and Plan of Salvation when I go and sing with him, because I like to get people involved, because I feel like it's like a little taste of heaven, what heaven's going to be like.
Yeah.
So I'm not up there to entertain. I'm not up there to do anything but just get people involved. And I think if we can get more people involved in the church, in music and all, I just think it's very helpful. And my dad always had a saying, ain't nobody gonna like it but the people.
Yeah.
And if you do something like that and pull people in and just, I like to bring young people up to sing with me. So I appreciate Mike saying those kind words, but I'm looking forward to going back to Mike's church. Good people. good people.
And one more comment, and we'll let you all go. This is from Andrew Burnett. Pat Barker is amazing. His heart for the gospel and the way he treats folks is amazing. Danny Funderburk is a class act, treats the fans with an utmost respect, and truly is a legend in gospel music. And to that, Andrew,
Thank you, Andrew.
amen to both things.
Thank you.
Yes.
right.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, fellas. Pat, Danny, it was wonderful. Thank you for your time. You both did great. Hey, Pat, am I going to be working with you next week in Jacksonville?
I don't guess so, because I didn't know about it.
Okay. All right. All right.
They try to keep all of that a secret.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to come over here in the screen here for. Well, okay, Pat. All right.
That was me.
They don't want me down there.
I'll keep you posted on what's going on
Please
there.
do.
WGBM, West Jacksonville's gospel music. We'll take
That's
it.
right. 105.7.
Yes. All right, fellas. Thank you. God bless you. I'm going to let you go now. See you later.
Love you guys.
Thank you,
All right.
Moses.
Take care, buddy.
Take care.
Danny and Pat, they did a great job, didn't they? Wasn't that good?
Yes, absolutely.
That's good. Eddie, we're about to, let me get you back over here. I tell you what, let's, you bought another piece of vinyl. Let's play another song
got
before
time?
we call. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Everybody, you having a good time? Just stay with us. We're going to do another song here. No telling what'll happen. And don't forget, please, go to facebook.com and like Live with Les. Please do that. Doesn't cost you a penny. And then go to youtube.com, type in Real Southern Gospel, and please subscribe to that channel. And Chad, would you, or anybody for that matter, would you go on to youtube.com, type in Real Southern Gospel, and tell me how many subscribers we're up to? I'm trying to get to 660 tonight, 660. Somebody give me an update, okay? All right, Eddie, what do we got?
Don't tell them what it is.
Okay, all right.
And let them guess.
All right. Which song you want me to do?
Cut one's good.
Okay. All right. Okay. We're going to play some vinyl for you, and Eddie does not want you to know who it is. So I'm not going to tell you. We're just going to play it, and then you all tell me if you think you know who it is. Here it is, right here. Listen to the vinyl scratching. I like that.
Yeah, it's a real deal.
I love that. Listen.
Some folks I know by their names, some I just know their face. Some are known by their fame, others known by their race. But in the kingdom of our Lord, each soul has their place. And in my mind I have no doubt, by name you've been called out. You've been called out for a purpose, called out to be a servant, called out to lift a standard, called you out to raise a banner, called out to be a witness, called out to show forgiveness, called out from the world. Child, you've been called out. Within the prison walls that day, the jailer bound up their feet, stripped of their garments where they lay, bleeding from where they were beat. Long about midnight, Paul began to pray. Silas, he started to sing. The earth shook about, doors swung open loud. God said, you've been called out. And you've been called out for a purpose, called out to be a servant, called out to lift a standard, called you out to raise a banner, called out to be a witness, called out to show forgiveness, called out from the world. Child, you've been called out. You've been called out, called out, called out to lift a standard, call you out to raise a
I know one of the singers, but now who's the group?
Well, I was looking to see if we had anybody that
Okay.
was listening to
All right.
punch in there.
Let's see. Let's see if they. Let's see. Let me see. What a voice! What a voice! Okay, Mike Keller says Johnny Cook. Kevin Kruger says the Johnny Cook Trio. Steve Rabbit says Johnny Cook. Of course, he would know that. Zachary Wilburn says Johnny Cook. But what's the group name? Johnny Cook Trio. There you go. See there? That's some spiffy sporting wear they've got on right there. I'm telling you. Spiffy.
Yep, that was the Johnny Cook Trio. And he was a high tenor singer.
Shoo, I reckon. What's the highest note you've heard him do?
The highest note I recall was F above high C.
Is that What a Beautiful Day?
That was on, well, actually, F sharp above high C was A Beautiful Day.
My
When
word.
he said, what a,
Yeah.
that was F sharp above. Because the song started out in the key of F, modulated up a half step to F sharp, and he hit that high note.
Wow.
And he also sung that range on Looking for a City.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Rabbit says that sounded like Sonny Garish on Steel. Was that Sonny on that album right there?
It was either Sonny or Mike Johnson. It could have been Mike Johnson.
Okay.
They both sounded so much alike back then, a little bit to me. I used Sonny a whole lot, but I also used Mike Johnson. So it was one of them. Rabbit is right. It was one of them.
And Andrew, that was Eddie playing the piano. Yes. And by the way, Andrew Burnett would like to interview you. So I'll hook the two of you up. Are you good with that?
Sure.
Okay. Andrew, we'll get you hooked up, buddy. Okay.
What we need to do sometime, Les, is when you have the time,
Yes, sir.
because that's all I have is time.
Yes.
But I know you're involved in so many things and so many facets in gospel music. But sometime we could, maybe the two of us could go on the road for some kind of a evening of trivia or evening of discussion, gospel music history.
Would love that.
And
me in.
then you could play, or sing a song, I could play a song.
Yeah.
And we could all take questions and answers.
Would love that.
Well, best we could.
Would love that.
Something like that. If your audience, would be interested in doing something like that,
I'd be
they
honored to
could
do
let
that.
you know, and
Yeah.
then you could, let me know if they was interested. If something like that might be of,
We can bring some memorabilia too and kind of bring a little mini Hall of Fame with us.
I have quite a bit, like you have.
Yeah.
I have a lot of unseen footage that would probably be of interest to some of these, people that are watching you.
All right, folks, did you hear that? You want to book it? Call us.
And I'm not talking about money. I don't.
Hey, hold on, Eddie. Take it easy there, big boy.
I mean, whatever you need to get, but I'm just saying,
I'm trying to build radio stations and whatnot.
I'm just saying.
Don't listen to him anymore. Call me at 615-218-0517. We'll work it out.
But we could have a good program.
It'd be wonderful.
And people would enjoy it, I think.
It'd be wonderful. I'm in. Anybody interested? Give us a holler. Okay, let's see who else we have here. Eddie and Les night in Minnesota in February. Oh, Kevin Kruger says we got to go up to Minnesota and do it in February.
That's not a problem. I think Delta flies straight nonstop from Nashville to Minneapolis.
All right, Kevin, work it out.
By the way, it looks like Terry Willits won the CD.
Okay, Terry. All right.
He had the most correct answers.
Terry, email me your address. Email Les, L-E-S, at butlermusicgroup.com. L-E-S at butlermusicgroup.com.
And we'll send him this
all right.
piano CD.
And John Hamlin, my preacher friend, is still on here. He has something to say. He says, I hit an F sharp once when I closed my hand on my car door.
Yeah. I can imagine.
John Hamlin, you are not right. Terry Willett says, bring it to the beach. So far they want us to go to Minnesota. They want us to go to the beach. Somebody wants us to come to South Carolina, and Charlie Garner says, "I'll buy a ticket." Come on, Eddie, you've started the ball rolling now.
Well,
Let's do it.
It's just, it doesn't seem like that as many people, we're talking about real Southern gospel music.
Yes, sir.
And most of the questions tonight were about real Southern gospel music.
They sure were.
And so we're continuing with that.
Yeah.
And this would be a way that a lot of people could learn more about real Southern gospel music and also hear some of it.
Love it. I'm for it. So with that in mind, think about it. Let us know. Eddie, thank you.
It's always a pleasure.
You did a wonderful job, and it was fun.
I appreciate it. I don't know how many, I was trying to count how many people participated, but I missed it. But you can do that.
At one time we had 60 something, but I mean, people are coming and going. So we've had a few hundred
repeat.
on here. Yeah.
And how many of those people have signed up for your YouTube?
Listen to them right there.
Wonder how many that are watching tonight have subscribed to your YouTube channel. And if you haven't, you need to, because real Southern gospel music, if that's what you like, that's what you're going to see and hear on that YouTube channel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like what we've done tonight. All of the shows that I've done live with Les, 100 and whatever it is now, almost 200 or something like that, maybe over 200. Well, anyway, they're all on there. And I've had special guests with me. I've had special guests on the screen. We've had phone calls from all across the country. We've brought them in. We've had some really special shows that you really need to go back and watch. Go back and watch the one I did, kind of a memorial to Larry Henson after he went home to be with the Lord. It was a special night. God showed up, and it was wonderful. You need to watch that. And there are a few shows like that. One I did with Squire Parsons. Oh, my word. You got to go watch it. It'll bless your heart. And many others. So check it out. YouTube.com. Type in Real Southern Gospel. Please subscribe. And don't forget, stop by the store, and then we'll call tonight. Make Real Southern Gospel great again.
And we'll see you next time with our trivia.
We'll do it. You'll come back again, right?
I just have to keep digging.
Okay, keep digging.
Because it's hard, but come up with these questions. So maybe some of the people out there, they had one a while ago. I saw on there, they had a trivia question that it was really good, and I can't remember what it was now, but they could send me their ideas for questions. I'm on Facebook also. I don't have what you got, but I'm just a normal guy on Facebook. But they could send me their ideas for questions.
You heard that? So go to Facebook, and it's just Eddie Crook. Type in Eddie Crook.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Type in Eddie Crook, and then send him the trivia question, and then we may use your trivia question when we come back to do our show. That's a good idea. We'll do that.
Right.
All right. God bless you all. We appreciate you. Thank you for everything, and we will see you on the next go around.
Good night.
Real Southern Gospel.
Good night.